Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Babel Translation Toolkit. This is a package that helps you quickly collect translatable text from your project and apply translations that you provide. To start off, I'll showcase the package on a simple project, and afterwards I will show you how to use it on a bigger and much more complex project. So what I have right here is a very simple game that is filled with lots of English text. I already have the translation toolkit imported, so what I need to do is go to Window, click on Babel Translation Wizard, drag this onto the screen. Then I will leave the key language at English, create a new key, and then click Collect Text from All Scenes. So I will save and continue, and this will collect all the text that is in my game. Next, I'll add a language that I want to translate to, which will in this case be Dutch or Nederlands. We'll add the new language and start filling in translations. Okay, now I've filled in all the translations. I will go ahead and delete this piece of text that I don't want to translate. Save the key, close this off, and now I should be able to just turn on the default GUI, play the game. Okay, go away you. And now I can simply translate everything to Dutch. I can even go into a new game and also just turn on the default GUI and then switch between languages. Okay, so what I have right here is a project that is a lot more complicated than the previous example. There are a lot of annoying interactions with text. For example, there are these custom scripts right here that contain text variables, which should preferably be translated. There is a lot of spawning in of text components that happens, for example, these elements. There is a lot of reassigning of text via script. For example, this element here will change from connected to not connected depending on the connection state. There's also just a lot of text in general in this project, spread over a lot of different scenes. There's a lot of text that has some sort of scripting functionality, such as this mole options string right here, which should not be translated. And not only that, but we might also have some accidental mixing of languages. I might, for example, have put a few text elements that contain Dutch text in the scene. But we will handle all of these problems one by one. So to get started, I will once again open the translation wizard and create a new key. It's not a problem that there's a lot of text in this project, since I can simply hit collect text from all scenes, which will search through all the 11 scenes that I've added to my build settings. Then continue, and I will get a neat list containing all the text that I need, or at least almost all of the text. There is a problem, however. Some of the strings that the text search has found are strings that I really don't want to translate. For example, this number buttons string is a technical thing that is referenced in my scripts. So if I change this, the scripts will no longer work. To exclude these kind of strings, I have a lot of different strategies. For example, I can use prefixes to only extract strings with a certain prefix, such as, for example, tr, or to exclude strings with a specific prefix. For example, I can just call this no translate and then add this text to all the strings that I don't want to translate. In this case, this would be a lot of work though. So what I will do instead is simply go to the translator, look at the custom rules tab, and add a new rule, which I will make to exclude this sort of thing, which is a game parameter. It's a display name, which is part of the game parameter class. So I will exclude the class game parameter and the variable display name. I'll make sure that my casing is correct because I want to no, it's a regular name, not a display name. Right. So I'll have this. Then I can just delete everything I found and collect the text again. And if I go looking through this, I again have a few variables that I don't want. So I will also exclude this parent section thing. So I will add another rule, which is also the game parameter, and exclude the parent section. So again, I'll delete everything, collect the text, and this is already looking a lot better. So another problem here is that I really have a ton of different strings that I want to translate. So I can add a few languages. So I'll add Netherlands, I'll add French, German. But you can already see that this is going to be a lot of work. It's not a problem though, because I can use services like Google Translate to get a lot of these strings translated automatically. So to translate this key using Google Translate, I will first of all make sure to save it. Then I will go and look for the key file, which should be in my assets folder, and open this folder right here. Then I will make a online Google spreadsheet. Okay, now that I have my spreadsheet here, I will simply import my file here, go into the drive, upload, and then simply drag in the CSV file, the translation key. I will leave all these settings at default and just import it. Okay, so I have a spreadsheet that contains all of the text from my game. Then all I need to do is go to this tile right here, and I will type is Google Translate. No, Google Translate. Then I will select this field here and tell Google Translate to translate it from English to Dutch, which I need to do with a semicolon. And this will automatically translate this text. So I can just copy this over to these fields and make sure that it's referencing the right value and going to the right language, which in this case is French, and in this case should be German. I'm not sure which, maybe DE. Yeah, okay. So I have these automatic translations. All I need to do is select all of these and then just drag it down to cover all of the text right here. And this will now automatically translate everything. Okay, now that the translations are done and I filled in the name translation key, I will download this key again as a CSV file and show me where you put this one. Okay, so this should contain all of the text with the translations. Alright, so I need to do a little bit of editing right here. For example, Google Translate created these \n, which are supposed to be new lines, so I will just find and replace those with what they should be, which is just a regular new line, escape. Okay. And I think apart from that everything looks okay. So good, we'll save this one. Then I will make sure that the name of the new key is the same right here. And I will put this right here, replace file. Alright. Then I can go back to Unity and hit reload key, and I should see all of my beautiful translations. You might have noticed that there's still one little problem remaining, That is this element right here, which is currently translated to Dutch, but if I actually connect, it will again be English. This is because this word right here is being assigned via a script, so the translator does not know that this needs to be translated. We can easily fix this, however. We'll simply go to the script that is assigning this, which will be the main menu script in my case. And right here we have these strings connected and not connected, which are being assigned over there. So what we will do is we will surround these with tr. So this is a static method from the Babel translator. So in order to let Visual Studio know what we mean by this, we will type using static Babel translator. And now it will know what we mean by this. And then we will also make sure that in the translation key, so we'll open that one up again. We have not connected, but we may not have connected yet because this is not in the scene anywhere. So I'll make sure that we add this one, connected, which will translate to verbonden. Okay, now if we go back in game, this can go away, we translate to Dutch and we connect. It will say, it will give you the Dutch translation of connected. I hope with all that you are ready to get started with your translations in your own project. If you need more information, you can always consult the documents or send me an email to ask some questions. Anyway, good luck with your projects and see you later.